There are too many hot topics to discuss.
Your new coach?
You have a new coach. The Eagle has Man United.
But what was the problem? Oh,
that's a very key factor. The Eagle to talk about.
Funny enough. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Here it comes.
I'm not going to gloat at our victory yesterday because for me, I was telling DJ Moto before I came on air as a fellow United fan that for me, it's less about Arsenal losing and more about United's winning and ability to be consistent.
I don't think that is. I thought that for me. I thought that Arsenal just handed that game to United.
It was bought?
I won't use the word bought, but I think that, look, Arsenal has fallen to a level where United, even that United of yesterday were not great. Yes. What United did was they got stuck in, ensured that they denied Arsenal the free flow that they want in that attacking third. You can hold the ball in the second half. You can hold the ball in the middle. When our side is not possible. And for me, it's more on Arsenal for their failure.
And I think that's what the Eagle is saying.
No,
it's more about Arsenal failing.
Arsenal failed. And everyone who listens, because we've had people listen, and I'm like, look, every time the manager has one excuse.
No, he has an explanation.
It's an excuse. You always have an excuse. The fault is yours because, number one, you recruited these players. It's so bad that the player you are using as your striker now, you bought him for a midfielder. So and he has failed in that position.
Okay, so let's just juxtapose this by my forte. So if your politicians are failing you, you are the ones that recruited them because you voted for them. So it's your fault.
Yes.
It's not the fault of a politician.
It's the coach. If there's a problem, we put it at the doorstep of the president. Is it the president that is the minister of works? No.
No, but the president didn't appoint himself. You elected him. So you should take the blame, not the president.
No.
Yes.
No.
The coach is appointed by a board. You can't use that as an example. You can't.
Because I'm giving you...
Why are you supporting this?
No, because he knows it's the truth. As Arteta has messed up. This, when we're talking about cups, the easiest cups that you can win. When I mean the easiest, the League Cup and the FA Cup, you're already out of one. You're one leg in, one leg out of the other.
It might not be 2-0 down. It's just the...
I understand. I'm just saying that there's pressure on us now going into the second game, and it's Newcastle United.
Huge pressure.
There's pressure on you in the league.
And there's pressure on Newcastle not to give up a 2-goal.
Yes. Newcastle have to lose that game by 3-0 not to qualify. So I'm saying that you bought players. Now people are saying, oh, Jesus is out injured. Jesus has never scored 20 goals a season. Saka is out injured. Havertz is always... And Havertz is a good player. I'm not going to sit here and say he's a bad player. But he's not a good player to lead you in front. He will not score 20 goals in a season. Arsenal goalkeeping is okay. Midfield defense is okay. Midfield is okay.
Fantastic.
But is that attacking third that is the problem? Let's not even get to the left side. I don't even talk about the left side. Because the only good thing about Arsenal's attack is the right side.
I think the most damning thing about start of Arsenal's attack is they had 25 attempts and only 7 on target. Well, as for me, today is all about Arsenal.
It's about Arsenal. I'm not going to talk about Man United.
I'm sorry. No. You only just about Bellemound. It's purely about United. Can United, have they actually genuinely...
Why must we always do this about United? Let's leave United. They won. We're happy for them. Let's focus on Arsenal.
Why?
Why? Because...
United went to...
because it's not a United show. It's not a United show. United, because we make it every time United win, we'll come here to discuss it or lose. It's not a United. Let's talk about the people that lost today. Let's pick from the other side, not from the United side.
I don't want Arsenal fans to think I'm making fun of them.
Let them feel that way.
Well, that's...
But don't you feel like making fun of them?
No, I don't.
It's not about making fun of them. It's about the facts. Because I have Arsenal fans who will come and scream, and some who have gone on social media, and I go, look, every single time you lose, there's something that happened. Oh, we played very well. You're not creating good chances. If you create, even you don't have someone to finish it. If you had a Osimhen, for example, if you had a Kane, for example, if you had a Gyökeres, for example, those balls that Havertz is missing, they will bury one. They will bury at least one. And that's what happens when you have a marksman. If you have a marksman, you finish it. Well, let's move on to the next. Look at what Man United did. Man United scored. Why? Because Bruno has improved. Like, we sit here and we abuse Bruno. But recently, Bruno has played very well. And Garnacho even did a great thing. Garnacho is one of the most selfish players I've seen in Man United.
In the world,
Right? And he passed. And when that one buried it, it was a goal. United wait. We've scored. We'll wait for you. United even went down one man.
For now.
And for what people have not, if you've seen what Maguire has done over the last 3-4 games, I don't think it's easy for you to abuse Maguire now. Maguire, when you have a proper manager that holds Maguire, we're saying it. United's build-up play starts from Maguire. Maguire is forming Van Dijk, prime Van Dijk, releasing balls long. So I'm saying, how can you not read all of this? How? You are supposed to be in the echelon of, you're supposed to be in the category of the Guardiola. That's what they put you, because even FPL has put you there in that category. They're one of the top coaches. You've not won the league in 2 seasons when your team was ready. The 3rd season, Liverpool has a new manager who's about to win the title. And someone is telling me that we're still building. Okay.
All right, so as Femi has had his Arsenal runs, I'm not going to go there. Just as I said, I'm just pleased that my team put in very, very decent performance. And hopefully a measure. And I'll just say this, my final note on United this morning. United's 2 best performances, I don't think it's a coincidence they've come after each time they had a whole week to train. So I do believe that Ruben Amorim is getting his is getting his ideas across to the players, and long may continue.
I think United wake up when they hear their rivals are coming to town, because their 3 best performance this season under Amorim have been about.
I think that is too simplistic, because United went to City, and beat them 2-1.
Yes,
and
Amorim was in charge.
Yeah, Amorim was in charge, and it was like a new dawn, and probably lost like 4 games or 5 on the bounce after that. So it's about performances.
With the exception of Newcastle, do United play any other big team in that space? No.
No, it's not about playing big teams. And that's why for me as a United fan, and Amorim has said it's all about Southampton now. Southampton are bottom of the table. There's no point getting a point away to Liverpool, knocking us out of the FA Cup and not doing well against
those games that he has won. They're against who? The big teams. He has to consistently do it with the small team for it to be not said coaching or no coaching.
I just pointed something out to you if you are going to look at it.
Okay.
You see, because everybody wants to run down Amorim and cast doubt on his efficacy and what he's doing. I just pointed out to you that his 2 performances with Liverpool and Arsenal, big teams or no, came because he had a whole week to train.
His team against Man United, Man City and Co.
The performance against City was for
that was United's second best performance.
It was 5
Are
minutes.
you saying that the game yesterday, United played better yesterday than against City?
Yes, they did.
No, I don't agree.
They did.
No, I don't agree.
That game was 5 minutes.
I don't agree.
Besides, in the City game, when we played City, we were playing a team as bad as us. Look at City's last 3 results against Leicester, against West Ham, and against Salford, that they can shine. You give City correct team to play, you see what they'll do. Anyway, as I said, for me, I'm looking for consistency. You get my point, and I hope we'll see it on Thursday.
Madrid were just dirty yesterday. Madrid were dirty. Real Madrid, dirty.
Okay,
I don't even want to touch Imba. I don't want to go near Imba, because Imba, my blood pressure will just rise. But Madrid were just dirty yesterday. Look, I love what Barcelona did. I thought they played very well. And they did the best thing that they could, control the midfield. And when we say control, it's not just about using English to say control the midfield. What Pedri, what Casado were doing, they were moving on and off the ball, picking up their markers, ensuring that they build play, giving the others, including the wing-backs, the opportunity to press forward. Yamal, we said this a lot. Rafinha was very good. Even Lewandowski held the line to ensure that others could run into channels. And that shows you for Barcelona's equalizing goal. It was Lewandowski, quick flick, and Yamal was off. So I thought they also played very well, but Madrid were just awful. They were dreadful. And we say this on and on about Vini Jr., right? And once again, it was clear yesterday. You need to, I feel at some point it will become a divisive figure in the dressing room, because for all the talent, for everything that Vini Jr. is, recently he's not showing any of those. I've had someone argue this conversation before if he's a legend. And I'm like, look, when you use the word legend, you can go into any generation and you'll stay there comfortably. But I'm like, look, really, would this guy go into any generation and stand there based on character, based on performance, based on results? The answer is no for me. Currently, it may change, but now. Yesterday, I didn't. I saw the game. I didn't. Let's not even talk about him, please. That one, I will even shout. I shout past this one, sir.
But then one last observation I have about Man U is that every single game they play, if Amorim can eliminate that, there's a player that makes a dreadful error. Dalot getting sent off yesterday was an act of monumental stupidity, and it happens in every game. The league against Liverpool, lifting his hand in the penalty box, giving them penalty. All those games you lost, you can identify to individual errors. once Amorim can get that consistency, can get them to believe in what he's doing and eliminate those dirty, stinking mistakes. You know you're on a yellow. You got that yellow in second half, and yet you went in for it. You went in to clear someone in the middle of the pitch. That was moronic from Dalo and could have cost United the tie. Anyway, guys, it's a Monday morning, a new week. I knew Arsenal fans will be down in the dumps, but I don't know. You're not out of the Newcastle game, maybe. Stranger things have happened. Although it's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough. Because Newcastle are equally as desperate as it were. You know, and yeah. But let's see what happens. Anything can happen. So please send in your messages and your just in case somebody is just joining us from Venus or Mars or Pluto. Can you put out the numbers?
But I'm not the one that classed him there. I did not class him. There's no me that classed him there.
Class who there?
He said I'm classing at the time Pep in the same. I'm not the one. I mean, I said I used the word FPL. If you listen, FPL.
You said Pep is. No, you said Arteta started to feel he's a Pep.
Yeah, because even FPL puts him and Pep in the same bracket. Because there's a new manager part added to the competition. They put the two of them in the same bracket. And I'm like, how? Show some respect to someone who's won 4 Premier Leagues.
Arsenal fans were hoping that Arteta will make a fist of the cup runs this season.
Win one of the cups. You have to win one of the cups. Because I remember the other day we spoke about, somebody told me, you won the FA Cup 5 years ago. And I'm like, win. The whole idea of playing football is winning, especially when you're spending money. It's not as if you're building a team from scratch with no resources. There's resources. So what's the excuse? You spend 100 million on Declan Rice. You spend 50 million on Jesus. 50 million on Zinchenko cannot even enter the match this squad. You spent almost 30 million for Raya. And then somebody's telling you.
Raya is worth every penny of it, though.
Well, I agree. At the end of the day, it's what you win.
Raya is him the one that
we always say what
yesterday.
you win. And the day I changed this language, that's the day that, okay, obviously I'm not making sense to myself anymore. I abused Ten Hag, like everybody else. But Ten Hag won 2 trophies in 2 seasons.
And you wanted him to stay there forever.
Well, if he was going to keep winning trophies, that's fine. What do I... At the end, Chelsea tells you the end justifies the means. Chelsea can play ugly football to the end of the season. As long as we win. Back old Chelsea, maybe not the new one. The new ones, they say they just want to make Champions League. Then they will win something. And if you don't win, they sack you. Winning is what keeps you in the job.
All right, numbers.
All right, 0809-234-5913 for direct calls, WhatsApp messages, voice notes, and WhatsApp calls. Also on X at Lagos Talks 913. That's on X. Well, let's get it started.
Where to start? Maybe we should start with today's unveiling of Eric Sekou. Is it Chelle or
if it's French, then it's Shell.
Shell. Shell.
CH is sh.
Okay. Oh,
if
like
it's
Michelle.
French. Yeah,
okay.
like Michelle.
It's okay, French. Shell. Or Eric Sekou Shell. Okay. Yeah, Michelle. Okay, Eric Sekou Shell.
Why you keep reciting Michelle?
Just I remember that's a French name, isn't it? So
that was a woman's name.
Yes. But I don't know any French ladies. Yes. As I've said before on this platform and others, or rather on this platform, know that I support the new coach. How and why the appointment came about, we're in the dark there, but he's the coach. I hear stories that players have been putting out their support on social media for him, which is good. So the idea that they're not going to back him, I don't want to hear. I understand. They're playing for themselves. They're playing for their pride. They're playing for
back him. It's their own business. None of them will suffer it.
Did you understand? They're playing first and foremost. They're playing for us. You understand? So in the NFF, in their wisdom, I keep adding that
because Nigeria, generally as a nation, if you don't succeed, they'll remember you. The reason why we talk about the 1980 squad or the 1994 squad or the 96 team is because of their achievements. No one talks about the 2000 team, even though a few of them played in the 90s. And when you mention the 2000, the first thing we always say about the Nations Cup in 2000 is that missed penalty. 2002, we speak about Harija in the semi-final. Every time afterwards, we complain about
even 2000 we tried and those were decent guys.
Yeah. And we were on home
side. A referee's
but we're on home side. We shouldn't have even gotten the penalty.
Well, it happened. No, but if you remember that final, we came from 2 goals down.
Yeah. So I'm saying that success is what we remember in Nigeria.
Yeah. No, apart from that, success is what we remember in Nigeria. But you know what they say now, success has many fathers will failure one mother. You understand?
Yeah.
But in this case, the 2000 squad for me, they did their best.
It wasn't good enough.
It was just
Wasn't good enough.
It was, well, as I said, for me, maybe I take it more. Maybe since we are from different generations, I look at it differently. But in this
at
case,
that period we're balling. The reason I'm coming because at that period we're balling. We're at the level.
Yeah, we're on that level. But
and now we're getting to that level where we have a lot of good players.
But what I'm saying now is that the players that let us down in 2022 have and the bulk of them are in this same Super Eagles squad. The bulk of them, they really need to step it up.
And a lot of them are beginning to get to that level where not just leadership but also performance. We're seeing it in their clubs because Iwobi has had a good season this year.
Oh, excellent!
Victor Osimhen is having a good season. Adema Lukman, wonderful season.
Wonderful.
Indeed, the season has been okay.
Yeah,
based on his time because he's playing regularly. His goal numbers are good. A lot of them, Osayi Samuel, Olaino. We're talking about guys who have been very good this year. So why shouldn't it translate to the Super Eagles in terms of supporting the manager and getting the results we need?
I'm putting something.
Because I looked at the next few games we got. Rwanda away from home. It's not a bad game for us.
No, the very fact
don't
that
need a draw. At home, we need a win in that game.
We need a win. No, we need 6 points for our first 2 games. It's as simple
as
a
win and for every win, we get more confidence. We want to get the next game. We want the next game.
Other teams to take points off it. Yeah. It's really simple. We have to beat. We are compelled. We are condemned to beat Rwanda away from home.
Yes.
And if we can't beat Zimbabwe here, then we don't need. You see, this is that simple, really. If you can't beat Zimbabwe in Lagos or wherever, then what are you going to look for a World Cup? Really? And if you can't beat Rwanda away, who beat us here? So even though it was a dead rubber for us anyway. You know, and because it was dead because they didn't qualify too. So but they could if results had gone their way in the other game. So they didn't. So at the end of the day,
but the games were being played simultaneously.
They beat us for nothing. You understand? Yes. But
we now lost our rep at home.
Do you understand? Exactly, and we dropped like a stone in FIFA rankings. So we owe them. So if we can't, so basically, true. We owe them a beating. So when we go there. You know, for me, so this the only game that I have a little trepidation about is a game against South Africa, and even then we go play there.
We will draw at least minimum draw. But
exactly.
you know, I've gone around to look through what the manager has to have, and that's the first thing I used to always say, that once something comes through that we don't understand, why not just do your research first to even see what's his antecedent beyond his antecedent as a coach? Because people say, "Oh, he just did Mali." Look at his coaching style. So I paid attention to his coaching style. And the formation I've seen him deploy, the style I've seen him deploy, I think it favors the Super Eagles. Knowing that we do not have a De Bruyne as a 10, what he deploys instead is just an attacking midfielder, someone who can press, win the ball high up, and then if you have a register or somebody who is a creative midfielder at the back, pass it and let the person start build up. So we've got good players, really good players, and I think if we're as hungry as I believe we should, if he feels, let him go. Although, one of the things we've also thought of, because we had this conversation, I think myself, Rotimi and Faulkner, that what's the difference between, and I'm not comparing the two of them, this guy and Westerhoff. Westerhoff, we give him a long period. I think we need to start giving our managers long period. Hook or crook, stay with him. Stay with a manager. We need to stick to one manager.
So when did how old were you when Westerhoff came? 5, 10?
I wasn't up to that age.
So.
But history always.
So
you're saying now we should just fire, employ.
No, I'm saying that the standard that you have for
Westerhoff
for foreign coaches, do you understand? For foreign coaches, is the one you should have for local coaches. You cannot fire Finidi based on the fact that he got 1 point from 2 games, and then bring in a shell. I just prefer Sekou Shell. I prefer challenge. It sounds more African, but it's French. So Sekou Shell. You can't bring Sekou Shell and look at the teams we are playing. You understand? Rwanda away, Zimbabwe at home. For me, that's 6 points.
So the reason why I'm saying this is I think that our system is really flawed. We're acting like we're Chelsea. Employee and staff. The reason why I'm saying that, even if it's local coach, no, not even foreign. And the same thing I said.
If it's local coach, then if it was a local coach, it's a local coach. I would
so
argue
the same thing I said. No. The same thing I said when Finidi was coming on board. Are we ready to wait? Because for me, even not going to the 2026 World Cup, while it is painful, we'll back up that there's a long-term project. But the minute results didn't go our way, we all started screaming again.
I'll ask you, why should we give Sekou time and not give a local coach time?
Why? Oh, I thought we should have given him time, but we're not ready.
No, I'm asking why.
We should. Why? We should give both of them time.
No,
only saying, what I'm saying is that we were not ready. The minute we started losing, we're worried about the World Cup.
This argument, to be honest, it's what's the word? We're looking to the future. We're dealing.
If he doesn't deliver,
I don't.
If he doesn't deliver for this World, I still think that he should go to the Nations Cup. I don't think that we should use this World Cup qualifier to judge him. I think the Nations Cup in December.
My argument will be, if he doesn't deliver, and God forbid that he doesn't deliver, then we might as well.
What time would you pull the plug if he doesn't? Well, assuming, I think he would deliver. But I was saying that in the case where he does not,
I would simply ask, why can't you get a Nigerian Cup that you can grow
to go to the Nations Cup?
No, to do a 100.
We have a Nations Cup, no,
and the Nations Cup. Anyway, it's
for me. Let him just finish this year. There's no argument whether results go away or not. Let him finish this year. We will now reassess and look at ourselves again.
That's why we ask the NFL, what is your thinking? What is your plan? What is?
He's a manager who.
Hold on now. What is the process? Did you bring him in to develop our football? What is the process?
To coach the Super Eagles.
To what end?
To coach the Super Eagles. Is
it on the short term? Is it long term? You know, West Ham was brought in on the long term. You understand? You get so we knew from ab initio that he was going to be there.
So you don't want to give an African brother a chance? African brother isn't African.
I don't do Africa. I'm not Pan-African. I'm
not Pan-African.
I'm not.
So you're saying that what?
Besides, he's French.
Is he French or is he African?
He's French.
He's African.
No, he's not.
He played for Mali.
It doesn't matter. He's French.
Are you sure?
Sekou is French. If he was Mali, it would be Chele, but he's Chele. I beg.
I will not win this. So let me just go back to the news hound. The MPFL or should do MPFL? No, there's a story in the MPFL. But you know what? Let's go to Eimba first.
No
one's dodged the story. Did they?
Eimba, it's a bridge too far. They're out now.
You know, I was switching from the Man U game to that game, switching back and forth just to see the end. Gosh, Eimba is going to Stifa.
Look, I was listening to DG and DME on Sports Express this morning, and they just said me what's the problem with Nigeria and all that, and basically it's Nigerian clubs. It's I think it all boils down to money, really. Huge investments on facilities, huge investments on players. We're just not there yet. This is the Confederations Cup. We are nowhere near second tier competition. It's like the top teams in England struggling in Europa,
like
not even getting anywhere near the champions. It's I don't want to use the word disgraceful, but it's worrisome. It's disappointing. It's the fact that I think it was Lobby Stars that got through to.
Yeah, that's the last thing.
We got to knockout stages of an African competition. I can't remember whether it was Confed Cup or Champions League.
Yeah,
and it's really not good enough, to be honest with you. It has reduced coefficient and all, and I'm just. It just goes to show that the truth of the matter. And maybe what's the word? The charity stuff begins at home, you know. Both and I say that for our club sides and I say that for our national side. And I do believe that if we're looking at long-term development of the Super Eagles as well, then we should look to our domestic football. Just as if the only way we're going to solve our problems to is setting up the MPFL, let it be running properly, that the issues of officiating, which, as I said, I went for a GTI media event on Thursday.
Yeah.
They're the ones paying. I wrote for The Punch a long time ago, and I remember this issue about match officials' indemnity, that there was a time in the MPFL that the clubs were paying of course that's an invitation to corruption, even without the club, because they're not involved in it at all. The MPFL,
there's still some form of
exactly. The MPFL draws up the list of
the NFF.
So
the NFF are the ones in charge of the referees.
They drop the list of the referees, send it to the MPFL. The MPFL add their matches, the referees' account numbers, and GTI sorts them out. So there's no,
interface
with anything. It's a straight financial transaction. You get my point. Yet there's still issues about, some dodgy officials. We need to officiating games, convincing our players to. And another thing, I think it was Nelson. And Nelson, if you're listening, a big shout out to you. Nelson actually captained University of Ibadan to win the Nuga Gold in 1990. But and we hosted I was in UI when we hosted in 86, and we didn't win the gold.
This history are going down.
And that's the only time you has won.
I don't like it.
And then Harry Wheeler, dear Harry
We need to go for a break.
Okay. All right, so what else?
The Australian Open is on, for those who love tennis.
Tsitsipas.
Yes.
I love what he said.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's
if
karma.
you don't focus,
it's karma.
You don't train, you lose.
Yeah.
You lose. Yeah,
Really?
I like when a professional sportsman comes out and says it as it is.
No sugarcoating, no trying to say that
no
I tried to get to hit the ball. I hit the ball a lot, but the luck wasn't on my side. The weather wasn't. No. Just go straight to the point.
That was akin to the difference between Arteta's speech after the game
good deal.
and Thomas Frank.
I know good
Brentford,
deal.
they lost to Plymouth, bottom of the championship.
And
he said, you know what, they were better. The player that scored an absolute brilliant goal that they knew about him, but unfortunately they didn't pay enough care to him and they lost. And that's Brentford that has the second best home record in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Against Plymouth, who has not won a single game away
bottom
from
in the
home.
championship.
But are not won a single game away from home.
Slap on your face, Wayne Rooney.
Oh yeah.
So there are a few games to watch out for today. We've seen games come through. They've been big winners. Let me just pick out some of the big. Yannick Sinner is through to the next phase. Francis Tiafoe is also through to the next phase. Novak Djokovic doesn't play until later this morning. I'm correct? Yes. 9:10
I'm supporting Yoko. Just put it out there.
Also, Carlos Alcaraz doesn't play until 9:10. That's another game to watch out for. Then in the women's division, Iga Swiatek is through to the next phase. Coco Gauff is through. Elina Svitolina is through to the next phase. There'll be more games lined out as well later today. Big names coming through include Karolina Muchova against Nadia Podoroska, and then there's Daniel Collins in action. But watch out for 11 a.m. game. Naomi Osaka, she's up against Caroline Garcia. That's a good one. Osaka's been going through a lot. Last week, she confirmed she broke up with a partner who she had a child with. But she's returning. I think she even had an injury in the last event she played last week. But she's coming back to a ground.
Can I make a confession on it, live on it? The truth of the matter, I don't dislike her, I don't hate her on it, but I'll never like her.
Because she beats Serena.
Yeah, I would never.
I don't know, but change is the only constant thing.
No, I know. So. I will never like her.
And she's a former champion of the Australian Open. So
I know. I'll never. She has 4 Grand Slam, but I'll never like her.
So maybe good to see.
She's always a bit whiny. Now she broke up. Who cares? You broke up with your partner. Is it her business? Your relationship status
yes, it is.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
Hell no.
Yes, it is.
Hell no. Don't.
Yes,
what?
it is.
So if my girlfriend tells me that I should stop calling her, will I not come to the studio anymore? What?
No, but she's just telling you so you not think she and the person are together.
Sorry?
She's telling you so you not imagine she and the person are together.
But it's nobody's business now. Because
okay.
People's relationship status is, you are madam. God forbid, you have a quarrel before you come to work. Will you now take it out?
No, but if we're no longer together,
you always misbehaving. So
but if we're no longer together, it's just normal to say we're no longer together. Is that not the normal thing to do?
To announce to the world.
Yes.
That as how
she's a public figure.
So
I am not a public figure. So if I don't announce it, I'm not a public figure.
I'm not through the major.
I saw the Bayern game against Mönchengladbach. For me, the man of the match.
And that was away from home.
The man of the match for me was the goalkeeper of Mönchengladbach.
He kept the score down.
The guy Bayern scored from a penalty. That was the only way they could score, from a penalty. That defenders, but the goalkeeper did not put a foot wrong in that game. Super performance.
Talk about goalkeeper Alte
God,
Bayinda. Is it Alte? Alte Bayinda.
Then Bayer Leverkusen beat Borussia Dortmund away from home on Friday night. What was exciting about that result was 3-2. Dortmund's back four wasn't their natural back four. They had too many injuries. I'm not making excuses for them, but Bayer Leverkusen 6 games win. That's in Bayer Leverkusen are back. They are winning. They are beating people now, just throwing them one side. They're second on the Bundesliga table, 4 points behind Bayern Munich, and there's a chase to go down to the end of the season. In Italy, Napoli won yesterday. They beat their opponent 2-0. Inter also won against Venezia, 2 goals. Now, the funny thing about Inter is anytime Inter plays Venezia, it's always half the score line that Venezia will score. So if Inter scores 2, Venezia will score 1. If Inter score 1, Venezia will be 0. The goalkeeper of Venezia is on loan from Inter, Filip Stankovic. Had a good performance yesterday. Also kept the scoreline low as well. So I thought that was also very good.
How about Atlanta? They didn't play?
Atalanta drew at the weekend, so it was sort of poor for them. AC Milan also drew at the weekend, so it was pretty poor for them also against Cagliari. In Spain, Atletico Madrid are doing very well. They won.
The 8th win of the bounce.
Yeah, 8th win. Julian Alvarez. I know they are joined up with Real Madrid, who are away. Barcelona in 3rd. So it was a pretty good weekend. PSG won as always. So
yes, you always win.
Yeah, so that's that. Okay, let's go to the messages. Kayode tried to hide this message, but I found it. This is the first one. It says, "Welcome back, Kayode. How is Nana, Kwame, and Mensa doing? Chuksopia." Thank you for your message.
I always love Ghana and Nana.
This fortune from Ibutan says, Real Madrid is a shameless club, losing to a team that started 7 academy players with all the multi-million pound signing they did. Couldn't dominate that Barca team. This season, they've lost in the league 4-0. Then yesterday, 5-2. Academy boys of 17, 18, 19, 20 messing Madrid up. And he goes on to his... That's true. Barcelona scored 9 goals against Real Madrid this season in 2 games. And there's still 1 more to go. Good morning, Sam. I'm so sorry for this. No.
Is that for us? I doubt
it's not for us. No, this is not for us too. Why is Kayode messages sneaking into our messages? Okay. Here we go. Okay. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Sports Zone. Want Kayode to stop toying with the emotions of the Sports Zone fans. I almost got into a frenzy this morning when he said that the zone will not be airing this morning. We may have to send him back to Ghana if he repeats this. Bumi Omole from Ajuan. Thank you very much. There's a voice note here. Let's play that.
Good morning. This morning, Uncle Segun and Femi Fawi. My name is Roger Motosho. Oluwakayode, which kind of comparison is that? Which kind of comparison is that? You are saying we voted for them, this and that.
Maybe you should
go back to Ghana. They come back to Ghana now. Maybe the weather of Ghana is still affected. How could you bring such comparison to
This guy, they will just manage him like that.
What can we do?
This is a long one. It goes, my darling Arsenal disappointed me yesterday when they lost to a 10-man Manchester United. It baffles me a lot to see Arsenal not taking advantage of a man down. But if they were the one with the disadvantage, the opponents would make the best use of it. For him, but it's over for them. I don't see them qualifying from that group, and I fear CAF might reduce the number of clubs that will represent us in the continent next season. Let's rally round to support Eric Chell as he will be unveiled today as the new Super Eagles manager. Good morning, everyone in the studio. I am stunned from Meron. Have a nice day ahead.
Football itself is such a physically taxing game. And you have to put it so it's difficult to maintain that high level.
But the good thing about Liverpool is why they consider the back, they go forward and score.
They always score. Because in fairness, that 2-2 draw against United, they had chances too. They had chances.
Hello,
good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, friends. This is Aisha.
Oh, Aisha, good morning.
Hey, Aisha, how now? Morning. How you doing?
Very well.
Happy New Year, Bele.
Hey, Sack Ancelotti, Sacking.
Yeah, strike for because I don't understand. I don't like complaining, but I have to complain this morning because I don't understand why people look at basket playing with your mom at defense doesn't help us to do ourselves. I really do hope a lot of the things will be best and we have good coach with fresh ideas. I think the key example that we always had was just was really good thing last night in all the players. And it's really disheartening that this season Barcelona has defeated us. Not just the starline is embarrassing.
Yeah, 9 goals for 2 against.
All right.
Yeah, so I really do hope. I Chelsea gets it out together. We can't continue this for the rest of the season.
All right. Yeah.
And for the new coach, well, we are going to support him. But I think I agree with Tony that we then need to start looking for coaches and long-term contracts. Giving coaches few months to work on supervisors, I don't think it's going to work for us. Thank you, guys.
All right, Sha. Thank you very much. Thank you for your messages and your call.
Good morning, gentlemen of the zone.
Rem, how you doing?
Good morning.
Uncle Segun, Femi.
What's up, bro?
Femi, I love the way you put it. Liverpool is about to win the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's coming from the mouth of the prophets. Prophet Femi. Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Remy never called us since that 2-2 draw. Remy just skipped sports zone for 1 week.
Uncle Segun, you know the way I relieve myself. I always tell my United fans that, after all, you guys needed the points more than we do.
True that.
Anyway,
True that.
I think looking forward to the unveiling of our new coach. And I do hope he succeed and
Amen.
He has every backing. I don't want to get my head around the tantrums thrown around by Nigerians. But as long as we made the World Cup, I would buy him a bottle of Kono if he can make the World Cup. And secondly, I think the secrecy around the condition of contract, I don't know if you guys have seen it. I have been searching for that. I think this thing should not be a big deal. We are here somebody. Let's know the terms of agreement, the conditions, and everything that's around it. This thing should not be mystery. Come on. This is 2025. Thank you very much. Have a good week.
All right, Remy. Thank you very much.